Hello, I'm your absent friend, and today we are going to look at one of the most overlooked sci-fi characters of all time, Captain Kathryn Janeway. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell to be alerted when new episodes are available. Captain Janeway has certainly gotten a bad rap, and after slothing through all the internet rhetoric, I still don't know why. So I think it's fair to show off some of Janeway's most badass moments from her time as captain of the USS Voyager. And then you can decide for yourself if Janeway is deserving of the flack that she gets.
On screen.
For this list, I'll be looking at moments from all 7 seasons of the show. So a spoiler alert is in effect. Captain Janeway may at first appear to be a pushover, but when a race of aliens steals one of her crewmen's lungs, don't ask. She tries desperately to retrieve them.
If Nedix has any chance of surviving, we have to act fast. Red alert.
When she finds the culprit, her choice is clear.
Whether to commit murder to save a life, or to allow my own crewman to die.
She decides to show mercy, but not before she makes her intentions known.
Any aggressive actions against this ship or its crew will be met by the deadliest force.
And several episodes later, she makes good on her threat.
Welcome to the bridge.
Commander.
There are 2 types of people in this world, those who like coffee and those who don't. Captain Janeway loves her some coffee.
Coffee first.
Should I have the doctor prepare a hypo spray?
Excuse me?
So you can absorb the caffeine more directly.
There's coffee in that nebula. Coffee. The finest organic suspension ever devised. It's got me through the worst of the last 3 years.
Coffee, anyone? Captain?
No thanks, I've had enough. One more cup and I'll jump to warp.
And she only takes it one way.
Coffee, black.
Coffee, black.
Coffee, black. Coffee, black.
Coffee, black.
Coffee, black.
Make it yourself.
In an alternate future, she tries to give it up, but eventually...
Coffee, black. I thought you gave it up. I've decided to revive a few of my old habits.
And heaven help the man who comes between the captain and her first cup of the day.
Sorry, Captain. We lost 2 more replicators this morning.
Listen to me very carefully, because I'm only going to say this once. Coffee, black.
Janeway doesn't waste any time making enemies when her ship arrives in the Delta Quadrant.
You have made an enemy today.
The Kazon are a primitive, warlike species who want all of Voyager's unique technologies for themselves. But according to the Prime Directive, sharing technology is a big no-no. There are a couple people on her ship who disagree with this and try to give the Kazon a replicator. Oh, what could possibly go wrong? As the Kazon are just the big bullies of season 1 and 2, Janeway don't have time for that.
You can try and stop us from getting to the truth. But I promise you, if you do, I will respond with all the unique technologies at my command. Janeway out.
Move over, Bride of Frankenstein. Meet Queen Arachnia. Voyager encounters trans-dimensional aliens who mistake an over-the-top 1930s-style sci-fi holodeck adventure as real life. When they wage war on the holodeck characters, Voyager is caught in the crossfire.
I've tried realigning the warp field, reversing hull polarity.
Maybe we should just get out and push.
And the only way to stop them is for Janeway to take on the role of Arachnia, Queen of the Spider People. Yeah. While Janeway does like her holonovels, she prefers her stories to be more romantic and gothic. However, she seems to dive into this role quite easily, and maybe, just maybe, she might be having a little fun too.
We have a saying on Arachnia. It's lonely at the top. Ha! You're no match for Arachnia. I don't know how to tell you this. But the wedding's off.
Starfleet captains are trained to handle all kinds of adversaries. This time, Janeway and her crew encounter a rogue AI program that takes the form of everyone's worst fears.
We're all friends here.
And of course, it's a clown. He's almost like the Freddy Krueger of these aliens. If he kills you in his world, you die for real.
He's dead. Massive heart failure.
Good times. While the Fear Clown only really just wants to exist, he needs a living brain to keep himself going. After exhausting all possibilities, Janeway decides to give herself over to fear. Or does she?
Don't we make a beautiful couple, Captain?
I'm not Captain Janeway.
Could have fooled me.
I'm afraid I did.
Even though Captain Picard got to strike the first blow against the Borg Queen, it was Captain Janeway that sent her to the cleaners.
It's you who underestimated us.
In the final episode of Voyager, a future version of Janeway comes back in time to get her crew home once and for all.
I've come to bring Voyager home.
The only way to make this happen, Admiral Janeway manages to trick the Borg Queen into assimilating her, as well as a deadly pathogen.
Must be something you assimilated.
What have you done?
Which not only destroys the Queen, but also the Borg's primary unicomplex. How do you handle a group of aliens that endlessly alter history to get things the way they want it? According to the captain of the Krenim ship, they've been at it for over 200 years and they haven't gotten any closer to achieving their goal. But then along comes Captain Janeway. Her determination to stop the Krenim ship from endlessly altering the timeline eventually ends with her ramming Voyager into the time ship, utterly destroying it and undoing all the damage it caused.
Time's up.
Voyager becomes riddled with a virus. Not any old conventional virus, but a virus that can grow and grow until it becomes a massive insect-like creature. Of course, everyone on the ship succumbs to the virus except, you guessed it, Captain Janeway. Alone and desperate to save her crew and her ship, she channels her inner Ellen Ripley / Sarah Connor to end the virus once and for all. Janeway has died. She is visited by an alien being disguised as her father to help her cross over.
That's up to you. Eventually you will cross over. The only question is how long it will take you to give up this world.
As it turns out, this race of aliens tricks people who are close to death into their matrix.
This is what my species does. At the moment just before death, one of us comes to help you understand what's happening.
He claims it is like heaven, but of course it's more complicated than that.
Eventually you'll come into my matrix. And you will nourish me for a long, long time.
And when Janeway figures it all out, she tells this alien right where he can go.
Go back to hell, coward.
Before we get to number 1, here are a few honorable mentions.
All right. If you stop your attacks, I'll deliver the Equinox to you. Your vessel will escort us through Lokiram territory. That way you can keep an eye on us. Make sure we don't reactivate our holodecks. The other alternative is we destroy your ship. Access his interpersonal subroutines, familial characters. Delete the wife.
This race of aliens takes animal testing to a whole new level. They camouflage themselves to experiment on the crew of Voyager. They make Chakotay age more quickly. They change Neelix into a different species. They make Tom and B'Elanna more horny than they usually are. And they drive spikes into Janeway's head to make her more crazy and anxious.
We've been increasing your dopamine levels, stimulating various aggressive impulses to test your behavioral restraints.
Big mistake. which these aliens soon discover as Janeway flies Voyager directly into a binary pulsar.
Change course immediately.
I don't think you realize that you are not in control here anymore.
Did I miss anything? Let me know in the comments which badass Janeway moment is your favorite. And until next time, I am your absent friend.